And again, I would cock with no footwork, pivot, pull, punch, cycle. And if I wanted to switch, I'd have to fawn it over. Now, to simulate the defense on this, I'd be in the punch position. So what I would have to do is just pivot, view, no pivot, woo, pivot, bong, and then cycle again. Once again, I would pivot, view, no pivot, woo, pivot, bong, and then cycle again. Now, I'd have to fawn it over if I wanted to do the other side. So I'd be cycling. I'd have to pivot, view, no pivot, woo, pivot, bong, and then cycle again. Now, once again, I'd have to pivot, view, no pivot, woo, pivot, bong, and then resume cycling, fawn it over. All right, with the descending count, that's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I have bong, so I have to switch, switch, switch. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Once again, I have bong, so I switch, switch, switch. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm in punch position, so I pivot. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch, switch, switch. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch, switch, switch. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch, switch, switch. 4, 2, 3, 4. Switch, switch, switch. 3, 2, 3. Switch, switch, switch. 2, 2. Switch, switch, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch, switch, switch. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I would do the whole drill on the other side. All right, now to insert the kick and the stop kick into the pock switch on the dummy, what I would do if I were the switcher, I would do the regular punch, pull, punch, kick, and then pull, punch. Cycle again. Now again, slowly, I would cock, pull, punch, kick, and then land, punch. And then I'd be cycling again. Now if I wanted to make that the stop kick from the punch position, I would just pivot, view, woo, sow, and stop kick, and then land with the bong, cycling again. Now again, slowly, from the punch position, I would pivot, view, woo with the stop kick, and then land, bong, cycling again. All right, now another rather unorthodox way of using a wooden dummy, which is just as effective as the lop sow changes, is to practice your chi sow, actually your luk sow rolling hands on the dummy. Now, it is possible if you're a little bit creative in the way you use it. Now, what you can do here is place your tan sow against the dummy's arm. And as if your dummy was doing chi sow with you, you'd have the high fook with that little floppy Liberace vibe that I talked about in my last set of videos. Now, what you do then is flip up to bong and clip on with the fook sow, as if you had a partner who was dropping the tan in that position. So then, it'd just be a matter of rolling the dummy's arms up and down and working it that way. Now, if you wanted to switch, just like in regular sticky hands, from the tan position, you could drop out, become fook, and just clip on with your bong. And then you'd be ready to roll on the other side. And again, to switch back, just drop through, clip on with the bong, and now you're rolling again. All right, now you could start using some of your guo sao attacking combinations while you're practicing chi sao with the dummy. So in other words, from my roll, if I wanted to practice the lan da chow kun combination, from bong, I would just pivot, lan and punch, step in, retrap, and then grab chop. Now I just go back to rolling. Once again, from bong and fook, I pull punch, step in with the hit, retrap and chop. And then I'm back into rolling again. All right, in sticky hands, that combination is going to look like this here. From the bong, what I'll do is pull, lan da chow kun, step in, pak chan, retrap chop. So at speed, it's going to look like this. All right, a second attacking combination you could practice on the wooden dummy would be the ngoi sin wai outside facing tanda. So I'd be rolling here. Now from the low fook position, my fook sao would become tan as I use outside facing footwork to bring me out to the tanda strike. Then from here, I could just step in slightly with my retrap and then grab chop. Now I go back to the roll. Now once again, slowly from here, what I'm going to do is from the low fook and the bong position, I'm going to step out inside face, step in and hit, retrap and chop. And then I'll go back into the roll. And again, from the low fook, tan, pak, grab chop. All right. The way that looks in sticky hands, from here, the low fook, I step off tanda, pak chan, retrap chop. All right, at speed, that's going to look like this. All right, my next attacking combination will be a triple uppercut off the bong sao. So from the rolling position, what I'm going to do is convert my fook sao hand to a hun sao as I pivot, uppercut, maintaining contact with the dummy's arm. Then I'm going to grab and lan da with the second uppercut. Then I'll step in with the light leg and throw the third uppercut. So once again from the roll, what I'm going to do here is from bong, I'm going to go pivot, uppercut, pull, uppercut, step, uppercut. And again, my footwork goes pivot, uppercut, step, uppercut. All right, in sticky hands, that move's going to look like this here. From the bong, what I'll do is pivot, hun, uppercut, pivot, lan, uppercut, step in, gum, uppercut. So at speed, that's going to look like this. All right, another guo sao sticky hands combat attack combination you can practice on the dummy will come from the low fook sao. So as I'm rolling, I'll stop in the low fook position. Now what I'm going to do is convert my low fook to the lower hand of a lai sao pulling and kicking attack. Now without putting my foot down, I'm going to go into a knee and finish with the kick. Now again slowly from position, what I'm going to do from my low fook sao position here, I'm going to go into a double grab kick, shadowless knee, kick combination. All right, in sticky hands, that combination is going to look like this. From the low fook, I'll kick, knee, kick, plant trap hit. And at speed, it'll look like this. All right, now these or any of the other guo sao techniques shown in my last series of videotapes can be practiced on the dummy just as easily. All right, another thing you can do with your wooden dummy is practice your sticky foot combinations. So the first one I'll show, From position, I'm going to grab onto the dummy's arms for balance. And then what I'll do is I'll start from the inside touching position. This would simulate closed inside. And all I'm going to do is just run up to a round kick, jut, shadowless knee, front kick. Once again, from the inside touching position, I'm just going to go round, jut, knee, front kick. Again. All right, another cheek yoke sticky foot combination from the closed outside relationship this time would be here. From position, I'm going to go straight up to the outside or reverse round kick. Moi jet gyok, outside jerking leg. Then back to tai sut, jing gyok. So from the touching position, again slowly, reverse round kick, jut, knee, and front kick. Back to the touch. Reverse, jut, knee, front kick. And again. All right, a simple exercise you can do to practice your kicking on the dummy would be just to slide the front leg in, go with the front kick. Without putting the foot down, shadowless side kick. Reverse round kick to the low arm, scrape down, side kick down the dummy shin, plant down, step slightly to correct your position, pivot through. Slide the front foot in, front kick, shadowless side kick, keep the foot in the air, kick the low arm, scrape down, plant, step, and pivot. So it's kick, kick, kick the arm, scrape, plant, step, and pivot. Slide in, front kick, side kick, reverse round kick, scraping side, plant, step, pivot. All right, now I want to talk about how the wooden dummy can help you improve your positioning in relation to the center line. Now, in my last tape series, I explained the center line theory in detail. But in a nutshell, what you want to remember when you're practicing on the dummy is that the center line is the connection between the core of the dummy and the core of your body. So it's not really a line at all, but in fact, it's a plane which connects you to the core of the dummy. The center line doesn't care about the surface of your body. In other words, when I pivot, the line doesn't change. And if I didn't walk, and if all I did was walk around in a circle like that, the center line still hasn't changed. It only changes if I move, because it tracks my core. Now, the object in the center line theory is, of course, to get the tip of your defense between the tip of an attack and the center line. So in other words, if this were a punch from the dummy, then my objective would be to get the tip of my defense, which is here, between the tip of the dummy arm and the center line, which is the plane that connects us, core to core. So in any position that I do in the wooden dummy form, what I want to do is get between those 2 points wherever possible. Now, there are some exceptional situations where you can't because of the inflexible nature of the dummy arm. But as long as the intention is there, you're still all right. Now, using the first 10 motions of the wooden dummy form to explain, I'll show how the center line theory relates to the wooden dummy. So when I begin the form, of course, I start here to get my correct relationship distance-wise from the dummy. And this here is to make sure that the dummy arms are in place, that they haven't been pushed out or one's in and one's out. This just sort of neatens them up. And I come in, open my stance. Now, in the very first motion of the dummy form, after having put my guard on the center line, which is the connection of my core to the dummy's core, what I'm going to do is what's called biu jong sao, thrusting guard. Now, what I've done here, center line-wise, is I've gotten the tip of my defense pyramid, which is in this case right here on the outside edge of my hand, between the tip of the dummy's arm and the center line. And as I explained in the previous dummy tape, there's actually no need to worry about these two arms or the leg, because as long as I'm not touching them, they don't exist. All I'm concerned with when I practice the dummy